Good morning everyone. Hope you all are keeping well. Okay, we were doing chapter 6 manufacturing industries. Alright, until now what we have learned from this chapter or what we had studied is that industries can be classified on the basis of many things, and just now according to the source of raw materials we were doing the industries as agro-based industries and mineral-based industries. In agro-based industries, we have already done about the textile industry as well as the sugar industry. In textile industry, we did about cotton textile and jute textile. This is done. Then we started with the mineral-based industries. Those industries will get their raw material from minerals. Now, in this also, we had started with the first and the main, the basic, the key industry, that is the iron and steel industry. And why it is the basic industry? Because all the other industries depend on this industry for their machinery. So iron and steel industry is the basic industry. Other than that, we know that production and consumption of steel is the index of the development of the country. So because of that also, this industry is very important, mainly concentrated in the Chota Nagpur Plateau, Jharkhand and nearby areas. And this industry is self-sufficient, and now it is getting a boost because of the liberalization and the FDI, that is the foreign direct investment, these policies of the government. Because of that, this industry is now getting a boost. Alright, till here we had done. So now what we are going to do, we are going to write the notes for the iron and steel industry. So I hope you all are ready. So take out your copies and pens and be ready. We'll write the notes. Okay. So first put the heading mineral based industries. Mineral based industries. Mineral based industries. Under it you write industries that use minerals and metals, industries that use minerals and metals as raw materials, industries that use minerals and metals as raw materials are called mineral based industries. So under this topic we have the iron and steel industry. So we start with iron and steel industry. Put the heading iron and steel industry. First point in this. It is the basic industry. It is the basic industry as all the other industries. It is the basic industry as all the other industries depend on it for their machinery and other equipments. It is the basic industry as all the other industries depend on it for their machinery and other equipments. Second point. It is a heavy industry. As all the raw materials. It is a heavy industry as all the raw materials as well as finished goods, are heavy and bulky, Third point, the production and consumption of steel, is often regarded as the production and consumption of steel is often regarded as the index of a country's development. Fourth point, in 2016, put a comma, 95.6 million tons of crude steel was produced in India, and we ranked third among the world crude steel producers. In 2016, 95.6 million tons of crude steel was produced in India, and we ranked third among the world crude steel producers. Yeah, I put the date wrong. I'll just correct it. We were writing the fifth point. Okay. Fifth point. In 2016, the per capita consumption of steel in India, was 68 kgs per annum. Per annum means yearly, per year. Was 68 kgs per annum as compared to the world's 208 kgs. So per capita in the world was 2008 kgs, and India it was 68 kgs. Sixth point, in 2004, India was the largest exporter of steel in the world. In 2004, India was the largest exporter of steel in the world. Seventh point. Today, China is the largest producer. China is the largest producer and consumer. Today, China is the largest producer and consumer of steel in the world. Today, China is the largest producer and consumer of steel in the world. Eighth point. India is the largest producer. India is the largest producer of sponge iron. India is the largest producer of sponge iron. Now leave one line, then put the heading location. Where are the iron and steel industries located in India? Location. Put the heading location. Only one point is there. Iron and steel industries. Iron and steel industries are mainly concentrated in the Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Chota Nagpur Plateau region. So this Chota Nagpur Plateau region means almost the whole of Jharkhand and some parts of West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, Odisha and all. Leave one line, put the next heading, reasons for its location. That is why these industries are located there in the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Reasons for its location. First point, low cost of iron ore. Low cost of iron ore. Because iron ore is available locally there. So because of that, the cost is low. Low cost of iron ore. Second point, availability of other high grade raw materials in the proximity. Availability of other high grade raw materials in the proximity, nearness, nearby areas. Third point, availability of cheap labor. Fourth point, vast growth potential in home market. Vast growth potential in home market. Now leave one line, put the next heading, reasons for not utilizing full potential. We have a lot of potential in the iron and steel industry, but it is not used up to the maximum. Why? So that those reasons are here. Reasons for not utilizing full potential. First point, high costs and limited availability of high costs and limited availability of coking coal. Second point, low productivity, or you write lower productivity of labor. Third point, irregular energy supply. Fourth point, poor infrastructure. Leave one line, put the next heading, present situation. That is, what is the present condition of the iron and steel industry in our country? Present situation. Put the first point, overall production of steel is sufficient. Overall production of steel is sufficient for our domestic needs. Overall production of steel is sufficient for our domestic needs. Second point, liberalization and foreign direct investment, bracket you can put FDI in capital letters, foreign direct investment have boosted the industry. Liberalization and foreign direct investment have boosted the industry. Leave one line, write the next heading. Raw materials required to produce steel. First point in this, iron ore, coking coal and limestone are required in the ratio and limestone are required in the ratio 4:2:1. How you write it? 4 is to 2 is to 1. So the first point was iron ore, coking coal and limestone are required in the ratio 4 is to 2 is to 1. I have told you like this, 4 is to 2 is to 1. Second point, manganese is required. Manganese is required to harden the steel. Manganese is required to harden the steel. Manganese is required to harden the steel. So, we have done the notes for iron and steel industry, and I hope you have nicely understood about the iron and steel industry. You can go through these notes which I have provided to you, and you will have a better understanding. Still, if there is any problem, the doubt classes are there. You can come up with your doubts in the doubt classes. So we'll stop here in this video, and in the next video we'll start with the aluminium smelting. We'll read about it, I'll explain to you, and then we'll write the notes for aluminium smelting. Okay, so be good and take care.